Manusos. Jodes mosnsma? Nipeumima? Bahosarajo. Can you understand me now, human? Perfect. So tell me, to what kingdom does this land belong to? From your blank expression, I assume that you do not understand. Where are we at present? I can see that this is a semi-tropical rainforest of some sort, but I have never seen plants such as this before. Is this a kingdom's territory? Or perhaps some unoccupied land? What is in Australia? I have never heard of such a place before. Australia. Where have I heard that word before? Did Prince Elric mention something about in Australia? But that can't be. I've left the third realm recently. How could I be in the seventh realm? I mean, it would make sense given I didn't recognize this human's tongue. But how could that be? I haven't had any other reason to visit different realms in recent memory. Wait, what was I doing last? Human, I believe I have lost my memory, as I am having difficulty remembering recent events. Human, why are you giving me such a clueless stare? Human? Why, I am calling you as you are. You are a human, so I shall call you a human. I have no need to worry about the names of humans. Apologies, I did not mean to be so brash. I am going to need assistance, because I am not born of this land that you call Australia. I am from another world. My name is Iskandar of the Kingdom of Akaluk. I am the protectorate dragon of the Akalukian ranges. I have called the area home for more than 4 millennia, almost 2,000 years before the establishment of the Manthos dynasty. I offer protection to the kingdom in times of need in exchange for being left alone. After all, adventurers often have a sort of superiority complex and feel the need to prove themselves by defeating a dragon. Of course, none are successful, but they are a nuisance nonetheless. I am also known for guiding people across the mountain, mostly because I want them to hurry up and leave my domain. What is so funny? Mood? What is your mood? Are you feeling okay? Yes, I am right. You speak with an interesting manner, human. I am having some difficulty understanding your choice of words, as my translation magic does not translate context very well. Yes, I am speaking of magic, and yes, I am a dragon. That's right. I have a question. Are dragons, werewolves, demons characters of fable to you? Do you know they appear in children's stories or perhaps folklore and folk tales? They are, you say? It really does appear as though I've managed to wind up in the seventh realm. Oh, dear Lucas, how did I end up here? Yes, human? Did you have some questions? Yes, I imagine that you might. Please ask away. So, yes, I did say that I am a dragon. I have used a transformation magic of some sort to make myself appear physically as a human, but I still have all my powers as a dragon. Yes, as I said before, I am from another world. The world itself is known as Iyadava, or the Third Realm. It has its own kingdoms, such as the Kingdom of Akaluk or the Kingdom of Hoyld, filled with intelligent creatures from humans to werewolves, vampires, or beast people. We have magic that breathes life unto the land, bestowed unto us by the gods themselves. You have Agnos, fire, Vados, water, Behegnos, earth, Podaos, air, Oceanos, arbor, Inkros, light, and Duskos, evil or darkness. These are the main types of magic that flow through the land and our bodies. Are you really believing everything I'm telling you? As far as common knowledge is for us, we know that the Seventh Realm lost its touch with magic long ago, meaning I could sound like a complete lunatic to you. I know what I can do. Let me transform into another human, and you can see for yourself what magic can do.
See? I've transformed into a human king. Yes, I guess I do talk very differently in this form, huh? The man you're seeing now passed away a long, long time ago. He used to be a close friend of mine, but he was a human. Humans only get to live a very short amount of time compared to us dragons. Long after my friend King Lucas, the first king of Arkaluk, had passed, his second successor Karos came to my domain in the Arkalukian ranges. There exists a large passageway known as Iskandar's Pass, named after yours truly. It is between two of the tallest peaks of the mountain and is the only land entrance to the kingdom, because the kingdom itself flanked by the ranges except for a relatively narrow section on the south side, which is the ocean. So, strategically speaking, the kingdom only needed to protect the Great Passageway and the kingdom would be safe against foreign invaders. At the time, there was great turmoil and war, so it was in their best interests to have it protected. So it was King Karos, whose form I have now taken, that approached my domain wanting to make a deal of sorts that would have me protect the passageway against invaders, with compensation to me, of course. As it turns out, the third king of Arkaluk was a truly kind man. Who would invite a powerful, fear-inducing dragon to their puny human castle that could destroy it with a flick of a finger? Why would they feed their finest food to a dragon that's known to kill humans ruthlessly? Who would show a dangerous dragon the bustling local markets with the freshest fruit, vegetables, and seafood? The same dragon that has wiped ancient civilizations off the map was there, experiencing what it was like to live a short-lived, puny human life, at the invitation of Karos, king of Arkaluk. And so, although the terms of our contract expired long ago, and the lands near Arkaluk are now mostly peaceful, I still continue to act as the protectorate dragon of Arkaluk. I am forever indebted to Karos for showing me what it means to have humanity. The form you first saw me in is my own human form, but I can choose to transform into others around me. And although I try to be good to humans I encounter, admittedly, the original, arrogant Iskander sometimes slips through. It's the product of not interacting with a lot of humans anymore. I guess, when I take on the form of a former friend, I choose to take on their personality, their voice, their warmth as well. Both Lucas and Karos passed away thousands of years ago, but I can still choose to show people around me the same kindness they showed me. And I can remind myself that the lands known as Arkaluk truly are worth protecting. Ah, yes, I didn't quite mention. The man I transformed into is Karos, the third king of Arkaluk, and the grandson of the first kings Lucas and Arkan. This is him in his prime, when he was a handsome man in his 30s. But, of course, he grew old quickly. For me, thousands of years old, 70-odd years is but a blink of an eye. But I will never forget him. After all, he chose not to die in his castle, but instead in the mountains where we first met. Anyway, that's enough being nostalgic for now. There should be proof enough that I can do all sorts of spells now.
So, yes, I have magic, and I am a dragon from another world named Iskandar. Do you believe me now? Yes, Iskandar. It was the name given to me by King Lucas, and it means defender of the people. It's a nice name, isn't it? Much better than that awful man-eating dragon, right? No, I have never actually eaten people. It was just a horrible rumor that went around because I killed a lot of people that tried to kill me. Okay, that's not much better, but I can't really help it. I am, let's say, a powerful dragon, and many have tried and failed to kill me as a way of wanting to prove their strength. On top of physical prowess, I have great magical capability, so I am quite the fearsome opponent. Why does magic not exist here? Ah, you mean the seventh realm. What do you call it, by the way, this place? Earth? That is quite a quaint name, isn't it? Well, one's understanding of the other realms tends to be generally limited, wouldn't you say so? After all, I don't think you even know about the other realms. There exist 7 known realms, though there may be more, but of the 7 that I know, 6 are in touch with magic. I do believe that Earth, as you say, had magic long ago, but for reasons I quite don't know, Earth has lost its touch with magic. However, I might be able to investigate the reason for magic disappearing in this realm. After all, it isn't completely gone. I can still feel magic flowing through this realm. So, where have all the magic uses gone? I apologize, human, as I cannot answer your question well. I know that in antiquity, werewolves, demons, vampires, beast people roamed the lands, but I don't know why they are simply folktale for you. After all, I have never visited this realm before. I have much better knowledge of my own and some of the other 5 because travel to those realms is possible. Ah, yes, well, travel between realms is possible, correct, but it generally consumes a lot of magic. What are the other realms like? Well, without seeing this realm, I cannot give much of a comparison. The kingdom of Arkaluk is a very large kingdom, with about 8 million inhabitants in its capital and a total of 34 million inhabitants across its territories and dependencies. Its capital domain is defended by the mountains, the ocean, and myself, but it has an expansive territory outside the Akulukian ranges. What is your Australia like? 25 million inhabitants. Very interesting. And that would make Australia quite a large country, yes? Oh, by land mass it is relatively large, but by population it is quite small. Very intriguing. Many of us back home were under the impression that numbers in the 7th realm would be significantly smaller than that of the other 6 realms. Why? Oh, well, we believed that there was no magic here, so nothing that humans could use to survive against predators, against other competitive intelligent species such as vampires or demons. But, as you said before, such creatures are of fairy tales in this realm. I do believe they existed at one point, but where they went, I don't know. I must say, your birds sound very different to the birds in Akaluk. I have many questions about this place you called Australia, but I fear I am not in a position to be asking so many things of you, human. Why? Well, for starters, I don't even know how I ended up in the 7th realm. My last memory was me teleporting to another country on business, but I don't recall ever arriving. However, to me it feels as though about 7 days have passed since that last memory. I have no idea what is going on, or even what to do. In my admittedly vast knowledge of magic, I do not know exactly how I am meant to return to Yadava, let alone if I have enough mana to do so. After all, I don't know exactly how much magic courses through this realm. There appears to be plenty, but again, I don't know about magic users. What is that, human? I can come with you? Are you sure? Is that advisable? Is that even... I'm sorry. Thank you for your offer. This is incredibly kind of you. Thank you, human. I think that it would be very useful for me to learn about the 7th realm and obtain as much information as I can, on top of figuring out how I could possibly get back home. Admittedly, however, I think it has been more than 5,000 years since I've been invited by any ordinary human to do anything with them. Even with Lucas and Cardos, even though they were mostly human and they became my friends, they still initiated their contact with me about politics. Thank you for your kind hospitality. I will certainly take you up on your offer to stay at your residence. Now, normally I would use teleportation magic or I would fly to get around, but I can only teleport to familiar places and I don't know how adapted you are for flying. So, would you like to lead the way then, my dear human?